Good morning. I hope you're all well. I've been thinking a lot about you and thinking about, boy, here we are launching our unit on journalism, and I haven't been able to be with you for the past 2 days, and now this makes the third day. So that probably makes it a little bit tricky. And I hope that you were able to communicate with me on the Jamboard this morning about some of the things that are getting tricky for you, some of the things that you might be proud of, some of the things that you're wondering about, and we'll go over that tomorrow. So, sixth graders, what I wanted to teach you actually today is something that you're really going to need in order to move forward. Okay. You're definitely going to want your writer's notebook out for this, and you're going to want to be jotting down some things about what this article is about, because this is the thing. News reporters, they know that it's really important to teach information that they're reporting about in as specific and detailed way as possible. So to do this, what they need to do is revisit their notes, and they need to make sure that they're including exact and accurate details. Now, I am thinking about you all today and how maybe you don't even have your writer's notebook with you. Maybe you left them at school. I'm thinking that maybe you're forgetting some of the events of our headstand competition, which is what we're all writing about right now. So I'm thinking that one of the things you can do today is to work in small breakout groups with each other to just jot down some of the things that you remember. Because here's the thing, sixth graders, we don't always observe everything that's going on. So, in order to be a good reporter, you talk to people. You talk to people who are around, and you can ask them questions so that you can jot down some of the details. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start right now. We're going to jot down some things that we remember about that day, and that will help you move forward. You can see that I've got the article, that familiar article to you, that 6A Gazette article that's called Heading into a Competition. And the reason I have that pulled up, even though it was a different event, different time, different people, I want to just take a look at some of the details that this class had included when they were writing so that you're getting an idea of, well, what kind of details should I be including? Okay. So I'm going to read it, and I'm going to ask you to do this, sixth graders. When we get to a place and you're like, oh, wait, that reminds me of what we were doing on the day we had the headstand in 6A this year, pause the video. And what you can do is take out your sticky notes. Everybody should have sticky notes. If you don't, that's okay. Just get a piece of paper and jot things down as they come up into your memory. Okay. So I'm going to read it, and we'll get started together. South Deerfield. It was 12:02 p.m. on January 29th, 2020, when sixth graders in Deerfield Elementary gathered around a small yellow gym mat watching a much anticipated competition. So sixth graders, as I read that right away, even though there were no yellow mats, I'm going to jot down on my notes, oh, right, there were no yellow mats. We didn't gather around in a circle because it was COVID and we had to keep our distance. So those are the kinds of exact, precise details that I want to write down. So watch what I do. I'm going to write down, we were at our desks watching. As Gabby, and Gabby, here's the thing, because you were participating, you're going to be writing down a little bit of a different angle, right? Because it was actually Gabby who was having the competition with me. We were at our desks watching as Gabby Duda, do you notice I'm including first and last names? I didn't just write Lily or Jillian, right? Or Ms. Andrews. I wrote Lily Josephs. I wrote Jillian Andrews because in the who, that specific detail is going to include first and last names. We were at our desks watching as Gabby Duda and Jillian Andrews, right? Sixth grade teacher, got their coats and placed them on the floor. So that is a very precise detail, and you can see on my sticky notes, I've just written down some things. And the thing is, sixth graders, I remembered those details by reading this article. So you can do that to refresh your memory. Let's do it a little bit more and see what else this article might help us remember. Students were enthusiastic as they witnessed the playful rivalry. I'm thinking about that. How are you? Could you pause the video right now? What was the tone? What was the feeling? What was the emotional level in the classroom that day? Were you, as students, enthusiastic? Were you, as students, excited? Was there like a nervous hum in the room? What was the mood? What was the tone that's specific that you could jot down on your sticky note? So go ahead, pause the video, and jot that down. All right, sixth graders, I'm going to keep reading a little bit more, and then what you're going to do is you can go into breakout rooms with each other, and I'm going to let you choose. You might work in a partnership, you might work in a small group, you might even decide you want to work independently on your own on this. The choice is up to you. I had 0% confidence, said Lily Josephs, 12, a sixth grader in Jillian Andrews' sixth grade class. Oh my gosh. So here, there's a quote. Sixth graders, do you think that you can remember anything that was said? You might even at this point ask each other, what did you say? What do you remember that was being said? Were people saying, Ms. Andrews is going to win or Gabby's going to win? Do you remember anything I said? I remember pointing to Gabby and saying, I'm going to take you down. Do you remember that? I'm going to write that down right now. Ms. Andrews said, I'm gonna take you down. So you can see what I'm doing. I am today going to be spending my time just reflecting on that moment, reflecting on the things that were said, who said what, was there music? The Jaws music playing, remember that? You may have forgotten. You may have forgotten different things. So you are going to be supporting each other today in remembering that day and taking notes. Those notes are going to be super helpful because, again, I want to remind you that news reporters know it's important to teach the information they're reporting about in a specific and detailed way as possible. Okay, and to do this, they need to revisit their notes. They need to make sure that they're including exact and accurate details. All right, sixth graders, have fun doing this. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. We're going to talk about some of those details and how do we take those notes and make it sound like a professional newspaper article. See you later.